Good morning. Today Wednesday, 7th October 2015. Paper highlights read by Christina Arul Selvam. First, let's move to the paper highlights from Daily Mirror. SL South say Maldives explosion pre-planned. The investigation carried out by a team of Sri Lankan in the explosion on Maldivian President Yamin Abdul Gayoom's speedboat on September 28 had revealed that he'd been pre-planned and was not due a technical fault in the boat's engine as claimed earlier. The Sri Lankan investigation team comprising government analyst A. Valiyanga, Chief Inspector Dumindu Senanayaka and the STF bomb squad and 2 CID officers left for the Maldives on 1st October, a return to the island on Monday. Another news highlight from Daily Mirror: tension in Parliament over hybrid court. Tension prevailed in Parliament yesterday during a protest by a group of opposition MPs over what they describe as the government move to set up the hybrid court to prop war crimes. Parliamentarian Jayantha Samaravira, Lohan Ratwatha, Udaya Gamanpila, Niroshan Premaratna and Veerakumara Disanayaka hosted a banner as soon as parliamentarian Vimal Veeravansa asked when the government would allocate time for a debate in the House of the question of a hybrid court, which he said had been recommended in Geneva resolution. Another news highlight from Daily Mirror: court permit Gota to change caption or FR petition. The Supreme Court yesterday permitted former Defence Secretary Gotabaya Rajapaksa to amend the caption on his petition with regard to an imminent arrest to detained by the Financial Crime Investigation Division. The bench comprising Chief Justice K. Sribavan, Justice Priyantha Jayawardena and Upali Abewardena fixed the matter to be taken up on the January 28th next year. Another news highlight from Daily Mirror: House divided enforcing death sentence. Parliament seemed to be divided on enforcing the death sentence on those who molest children and women, as the member spoke favorably on it. Some against and other took natural stand when the adjournment debate on the issue was taken up yesterday. UNPMP Hirunika Premachandra, who moved the debate, highlight that religion and law should be not mixed up. Another news highlight from Daily Mirror: vacancies for hangman. Interviews on Tuesday. 24 applications have been received for 2 vacant posts of the hangman functioning under the Prison Department, Prison Commissioner Rohana Pushpakumara said yesterday. The applicant should have passed at least a grade 8 exam and be physically and psychologically fit. Another news highlight from Daily Mirror: temporary hold to death sentence. Sri Lanka has decided to temporarily hold enforcement of death sentence following a request made by UN of all its member states to be in line with the current global trends, Minister of Justice Vijayadasa Rajapaksa informed Parliament yesterday. Now let's move to the paper highlights from Daily News. Standing ovation for Prime Minister by Japan's Parliament. PM hope Japan's pioneering contribution towards SL progress. Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe expressed the hope that Japan would render the pioneering contribution towards the progress of Sri Lanka, which has reached the doorstep of economic transaction of Southeast Asia under the tenure of present national government. The Prime Minister was said he earnestly expected support and cooperation to Japan towards Sri Lanka efforts to create national reconciliation and peace, added that he would select and support of the Japanese government towards summoning in the ad conference to assist Sri Lanka to rebuild a social and economic status of areas damaged by war. Another news highlight from Daily News: IGP ordered to pay compensations to 2 JV persons. SC rules police arrest arbitrary. The Supreme Court ordered the Inspector General of Police to pay 25,000 each to JVP activities as compensation on behalf of the state and ruled that police had arbitrarily arrested 2 petitioners while they were pasting posters against previous government in Dematagoda area 2009. The 2 petitioners, Joseph Benlida Silva of Borella and Chandrasena Hettiarachi also of Borella, who were active members of JVP had cited at IGP and 3 others including the Dematagada Police OIC as respondents. Another news highlight from Daily News: Kalani River pollution. Aruna K wants to know step taken against Coca-Cola Company. Chief Opposition Whip Aruna Kumar Disanayake yesterday in Parliament questioned the measures taken by the government with regard to the Coca-Cola Company for allegedly polluting the Kalani River. Disanayake was raising a question under the Standing Order 23. He pointed out the investigation into the incident of the Kalani River water pollution and August 17 were not properly carried out. Another news highlight from Daily News: Papu killing. Over 50 questions. The police and the CID have questioned over 50 persons in connection with the murder of a 48-year-old Tamil woman, Opthawatta Kahavatta. The group of CID officers is conducting investigation into the murder of the woman named Thangan Papu. 2 group of police officers attached to Mathura and Thangala division have been sent to the Kahavatta to assist the CID officers, the police media unit stated. Another news highlight from Daily News: Southern Expressway section to be reopened after precautionary measures. A section of Southern Expressway between Komarua and Imadua, which was temporarily closed for the vehicular movement due to the risk of landslides, would be reopened within the next 3 days following precautionary measures taken by the authorities. RDA Director, Expressway Operation Maintain and Management Division, S. Openaiker told the Daily News. Now let's move to the paper highlights from Ceylon today. Ajit queries Ranjan change of heart. Deputy Minister of Power and Energy Ajit P. Pereira yesterday lashed out his party colleague Deputy Minister of Social Empowerment and Welfare Ranjan Ramanayake, alleging that the latter sentence of the death penalty had changed from what it was several years ago. Another news highlight from Ceylon today: move resolution against SL. Dravida Munnetra Kalaham leader and former Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu M. Karunanidhi on Monday urged the Indian government to move a private number resolution in the United Nations Human Rights Council, seeking an international inquiry to the alleged war crimes committed by the Sri Lankan army in the last phases of the civil war. Another news highlight from Ceylon today: Siddique's wife sent rupees 30 million to nephew. The Criminal Investigation Department informed the Chief Magistrate of Colombo, Gihan Pilapitia, that the wife of Mohammed Siddique, who was considered to be leading international drug dealer and taken into custody and remanded, Mohammed Farooq Fatima, had sent a sum of rupees 30 million into the bank account of her sister's son. Another news highlight from Ceylon today: Kondia's brother sent for DNA profiling. The elder brother of Dinesh Priyantha, also known as Kondia, who was arrested in the connection with the murder and sexual assault of 5-year-old Seya Sandevmi, was brought and Genetic Molecular Diagnostic Research Institute in Colombo for DNA test yesterday. We brought you the paper highlights of today's newspaper. We will bring you more tomorrow.